we're going to be installing this shift linkage repair kit on this Lexus ES300. I just had the transmission rebuilt, and we see that there's a lot of play in the shift linkage. And I found this little bushing, you can see there, it moves around. So I'm going to attempt to fix the linkage. The first thing I'm going to do is I need to attach the battery. I have the battery unplugged, so let's do that. Alright, let's get the battery installed. Okay, the battery is installed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the key in, and I'm in the passenger side here, so I'm going to need both hands. So I'm going to press the brake down and move it into move it back just a little bit. Now we see here it's in reverse, and this is actually where it had the most problem. I don't know if we can see in there, but when it's in reverse, there's so much play that it actually pops out of reverse. So this is the main gear that we're fixing, but it should give a more solid feel to all the gears. So I was able to actually just slide that off by sticking my hand in. You see, you get it on, get it off, nice and easy. So now let's see if I can get in there and attach the bushing. Here are the instructions. If there are any remains of the old bushing, remove them from the cable. I don't see any remains. Place the new bushing against the cable opening with the notch side aligned with the cable opening. Place the installer against the new bushing. Push the bushing into place. So I think it goes in either way. I'm pretty sure this is symmetrical. It looks like it's, well, maybe one side has these notches, so maybe that's the side I'll push in on. It doesn't really show. Oh, well, it shows the notch end in, and then it says to use the use the grease packet, including a kit, to apply a small amount of grease. Okay, so there's the shifter pin. I'm trying to get it as clean as possible. I actually found this may have been part of the old bushing, I'm not sure. So I'm going to keep wiping this down and try to get it as clean as possible. Alright, now it looks like I have this as clean as I can. Now you may want to adjust, if you're doing this by yourself, to shift between. It's actually easier if you're on the driver's side to clean it, just because of the angle your hand is in. And then I think it's going to be easier to put the bushing in from this side. So I wonder if there's a way for me. Ooh. Okay, that was pretty much able to pop into place. That wasn't too bad. And now we see that bushing's in there. I don't know how much you're able to see there, but it does have a little bit of play. Maybe that's desired. So now it says to use the little grease packet. So we'll get the little grease packet. Alright, so let's do the grease packet. Okay, and that seems to be it. So that seems to have done what it's supposed to do. Let's go feel how it is on the other side. So it's the next day, and the bushing, while it did improve the firmness of the shifter, it didn't resolve my problem where when I would put it in reverse, it would sometimes pop out of reverse and I would have to like move it, and there would be a little clicking here, and obviously even when I move it, it stays in reverse. I unfortunately didn't have a video of that specific issue, but that's what prompted me to do the repair. So while the bushing needed to be replaced, what actually ended up fixing the issue was adjusting where the transmission cable linked up with the transmission. So we see now it's very solid, it feels very firm, and I think part of that is it having the bushing. But the actual fix came from, in this particular transmission, the way the stud has two flat sides to it, and I'm going to show you a video of where I was filming the linkage of the cable to the transmission and how that moves, and you can't really see it there. I just ended up loosening the bolt, pushing the back of the stud in, and making sure that the two flat sides fit into the little rectangular slot, and then tightening it up. So I'm going to show you this video now of just what that linkage looks like, and with it moving back and forth, and then I'll show you where to find it if you happen to have this car and what you need to do. And that ended up fixing the issue completely. And now, I mean, I just did a short test drive, but even before, just putting it in reverse here, and sometimes it would come in and out of reverse, but even with me jiggling it, it's staying nice and firm. So to get to that linkage, what you need to do is, that linkage is right down here under the fan. You can see it, that's the top part of the linkage. So what I would recommend doing is removing this fan. It gives you plenty of room to easily access it. And on this particular car, you just remove these two bolts, you undo this connector, you undo that connector, and then this wire is it's sitting in two little clips there. And then once you do that, you're gonna have plenty of room to be able to go down. You see right there, there's the linkage. So what I saw is that there was really not even, I wonder if the camera will focus, so there wasn't any threads that were sticking out of that bolt. So when I loosened it and then I pushed the back end of the cable in, and also the rubber sleeve wasn't all the way down, but now it is. Let me see if I can show you that down there. I don't think I can, but we'll refer to the other video, and that's ended up fixing the problem. So did the bushing do it? Not completely, but it probably did help the feeling of it. Too bad that those bushings go for $30 for what's probably essentially a less than $1 part, but either way, the issue is fixed now. Thanks for watching.